Hey y'all, what is it, Monday? I believe so. Hope y'all's week's off to a rip-roaring start and a good weekend behind us, and maybe another one just a few days away. It's all about enjoying the day we're in though, isn't it? Y'all hear that? Not the cars. That's some cicadas singing their summer song here on the old place. Thought I'd do a little exploring, and I thought I'd traipse all over this, every piece of ground that was on this, well, what's now 10 acres, but I hadn't been up in this part. I'm going to call it Bobcat Alley, because I believe that's where old boy's coming from. We're kind of in a standoff. I've got those steel traps out, and I know the scent has probably kind of driven him away. Something sprung one of them last night. Wasn't any fur or anything. Could have just sprung on its own. But hadn't lost any chickens and hadn't seen him. But based on the sign on this trail and a few little scat, I'm pretty sure this is where he's coming in at. But I guess it's good that he's coming. I might not have come up here and seen all this old growth, these old trees. My thinking spot's underway, and that's the pasture. Over there is Woden Road and a highline clearance. So this was kind of a buffer zone, I guess. I don't remember ever coming up in here. I know it wasn't ever farmed, but kind of a wooded barrier in between the main place and the road. There's an old fence running along here, but just pretty and quiet other than that occasional road noise that comes along. So I guess him coming around is a good thing. I got another place to go explore and gave me a reason to do so. But I figured I'd throw some scent down and let him know I know where he's coming from. He needs to beware, right? He's probably moved on to fatter chickens for a little while, but I reckon he'll be back. We'll parlay for now. I guess it's all in how you look at things. I've known people to look at folks that are just dirt poor, don't hardly have nothing, and happy as all get out. And the middle-class folks that got their bills paid, and maybe driving a nice car, maybe even have a boat, and they're happy. Then your rich folks that are happy. And on the other side, there's folks in all those situations that just can't seem to find any happiness. So it pretty much proves to me that I guess it's all in the attitude. I tell you, of course, we talk about being the light. Some days are harder than others. You have to work on it and look at things certain ways. My sister teaches me a lot of those lessons. She is always got a smile on her face for sure, you know. And heard an old story the other day about an African king back in the olden days. Had a good friend that they did everything together. You didn't see them apart. Kind of just a good friend. And he went with this old king everywhere. And he always said, no matter the situation, this is good. And as much as the king admired him, kind of got on his nerves sometimes. Does it ever get on y'all's nerves? People just got that Pollyannish attitude. Sometimes it's just a little much, isn't it? Well, his friend had it, and nothing would happen that he didn't attribute to good some way or another. Well, luck would have it, they was out hunting one afternoon. And of course, the old boy was loading the king's gun for him. Wasn't a servant, just a good friend. He got the load wrong in the gun, and the king went to fire, blew his thumb off. The old friend looked at him, so this is good. Well, that was all the king could take. He just couldn't take no more of it. He was so enraged, he threw his friend into the dungeon. In the dungeon he remained. Days passed, weeks, months. A year went by, and the king was heartbroken but mad, and there his friend sat in the dungeon over that. Well, the king continued his exploits and traveled to a remote island. Was doing some exotic hunting, as he loved to do, and made a mistake, stumbled up on some cannibals who captured him pretty quick and strung him up and was going to eat him. And they got to looking at him and saw that missing thumb. They said they had a bad omen in their camp. They couldn't eat anything that wasn't whole. So they cut the king down and let him go, and the king was just beside himself happy about being spared his life. He rushed home and embraced his friend and let him out of prison. And the friend was overjoyed and got out. The king said, "I'm so sorry that this happened, that I locked you up. I see now that it was good." He said, "No, me being locked up was great. This is good." The king said, "You just ain't ever going to stop." He said, "No, you don't understand. If you hadn't locked me up, I'd have been hunting with you." So it's all in how we look at it, I guess. I guess we're feeding the snake again. I don't know, I hadn't seen him, but I'm not getting many eggs. Getting about 4 or 5 a day. But getting one and seeing some cracked eggs, so I've got a little solution for that. We'll handle it pretty quick. This old rooster, y'all, old leghorn, he is pretty much making his mark. Me and him kind of went toe-to-toe the other day. I had to let him understand who's running this place. But he's looking at me now. He's roosted up in this tree, and I think that's where he's headed now. He don't get in with the hens. He gets way up in that tree, and look at, he's crazy. He's looking up in the air now, ready to jump. Might get there. We might get lucky to see him go up there. But I got tickled at him. I let him out. I think I told this story, but they was trying to do their business on them hens. The funniest ones are the little white leghorns. There's one of them there on the perch there, and they're not quite breeding age. They will be the end of the month, but old leghorn tries to ease up to them, and they ain't having none of it. And I mean, they'll all bound up together and chase him out. He got his feelings hurt. Went in the nesting box the other day and pouted for about 2 hours. But I think he's servicing a few of these hens, and boy, he's trying to figure out how he's gonna get up there. Look at that. He's got a closed coop to go in, all safe and nice, and I guess he's gonna be yard dog. What are you doing, dude? Huh? Look at that comb on that thing. Ain't that something? We had a watermelon Jordan and I cut. I found one that was cut off the vine. Wasn't sure it was right, but it is. And I guess we was a little bit wasteful. I just cut the good part out of it and let the chickens have the rest. But when you got 50 of them in the field, I don't know. I guess need to scrape and save all we need, because I have done without. But felt a little cool to be a little opulence, I guess, and just cutting the good part out of it. We got plenty more, and I'm going to be harvesting some of the rinds to make some of those cinnamon pickles that I remember as a kid. Y'all ever had those watermelon rind pickles? That's good eating right there. Man, got that cinnamon taste to them and crisp. Woo! I got a dining room table full of Anaheim peppers, jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, bell peppers, and I am feverishly trying to figure out how I'm going to can these things. They're low acid, so they do take a high pressure, and they're kind of tricky, because anything low acid, for those of you that can, will know that botulism is a real risk. But I may end up just skinning them, and those Anaheims make good chilies, you know, that mild chili. And winter's coming. I love cooking soups and stews, and I usually put a bunch of them in there, so I'll probably end up freezing them diced up and ready for cooking this fall. Yeah, I gave up on foghorn. Old Duke's laying low. He waits till foghorn's down the road a little bit, and then he'll find him a girlfriend for a minute before foghorn season, and then they get into a scrap. It's the funniest thing. These chickens are something else. Keep you laughing for sure. Well, hey, let's do a quick roll call, and I'm gonna call it an evening, I guess, ahead of another busy work day tomorrow. And I'm having to put in my dues, and that's no big deal. First time, so just sweating it out. I guess I won't have to. Never had a gym membership. Sure don't want to need one now. I'm getting worked out with them 50-pound bags of seed or a feed, but that's all right. I'm up to the task. It is what it is. All right, let's see who all's on here this evening. There's Miss Tanya. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. See, there's Linda. Raining from the storm. Yeah, that old Barry was a slow mover, wasn't it? Good thing he didn't do like Harvey and just sit there and just spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. It was bad enough as it was. I know a few deaths got attributed to it. And, them Cajuns are in a mess with all that flooding, but they're no stranger to swampland. I saw where snakes and other things are crawling out of the woodwork, giving them a route. That might be in the city, but you let one crawl across an old Cajun porch, he knows what to do with that. he'll get shut of it pretty quick. But prayers for good recovery and safety on all that. If you're out that way, y'all be careful. That water ain't no joke. There's Roxanne. Misty's checking in. How are you? Let's see. Vicky's saying hello, and Kathy from big old Trinity, Texas. Know right where that's at. There's Mr. Ron from Fairmount, Texas. And Carolyn saying howdy. Let's see here. Let's see. Hope we had a good day. Hot and humid Sumter, South Carolina. Gonna send me my special story about attitude. I'd love to read that. Might even have to share it, Carolyn. That's good stuff. Carrie is checking in. Hope y'all are well. Sure like the cushion or small thick if it helps buffer the world from the peace. Well, there you go. That's true. Susan's checking in. Hey, how are you? Lisa's in Dallas. Kimberly. Boy, my eyes are getting bad, y'all. This low light. I didn't turn my screen up. No, I don't need glasses. Well, probably do, but I'm fighting it tooth and nail. Kimberly's saying, been working and missed you. Deborah's saying hi. And Deborah's checking in there. Terry's down in Montgomery County, Texas. Know that area well. Good to see you. Georgia's checking in. And, boy, evening from Olathe, Kansas. Yeah, that's good to see you on, Dean. Curtis is saying howdy in Salado. Garden in Salado's fading fast, heating bugs. Yeah, my first round is gone for all practical purposes. It's gone. I'm really in a conundrum though, because when I mowed all those, that was a weird bird sound. I thought that might have been a trapped chicken. Sorry. When I was mowing them seeds, them peas, it ended up planting itself, and I've got peas coming up, but they're right in the middle of my corn row, so that ain't gonna work. Need a little rain to get that corn sprouted, but oh well. We should have a good one either way. There's Martin checking in. Joyce, how are you? Dorothy's got chickens all over the place. There's one of our top fans, Sherry Wadlington. Good to see you. Joanne, been praying for you, ma'am. Sure hate your recent loss, y'all. Remember Joanne and in your prayers. Won't get into private business, but love of her life she lost recently, and that's always a tragedy, and seeing Dad struggle is feel her pain. So remember them in your prayers this evening. Lisa saying hello. Made some regular salsa or fruit sauce. Okay, I may do that. Thinking about some jalapeno jelly. I always like that. Of course, you got it. All it is a little jalapeno flavor and a bunch of sugar, isn't it? I don't know about all that. Maybe I'll just crumble up a jalapeno on my toast and call it jelly. Maybe. There's Andrew. How are you, sir? And Melissa lost 2 chickens. Oh man, I hate to hear that. Stephanie's in Nacogdoches. How are you? Hey, Manuel, what's going on? Good to see you. Miss Kelly's checking in. Jerry Don Collins, Teresa, Patricia Collins, and there's my good friend Miss Terry up from it must be North Richland Hills. Hot and getting hotter. Need a watermelon. Well, I got plenty down here. Sure do. Hey, there's my cousin Kyle. How are you, brother? Hope all is well with you. Appreciate all you do. And y'all need to ease up here and maybe visit your folks and pick up a couple watermelons on the way out of town. I got plenty of them. So anyway, offer stands. You're always welcome. There's Patricia in Grosbeck, home of the Grosbeck Goats. Oh man. Georgia, another top fan, hollering at you from California Airport. What are you doing out there? Better get home to Texas. Good to see you live as well. Thank you, Kelly. Go water them plants. Hey, there's my sweet daughter, Faith. Jalapeno raspberry jelly. Well, now I got to grow raspberries. Okay, maybe I can buy them. I'll have to make some now, Faith, since you called me out on it. That might... Hey, that's the way I can get off cheap for Christmas, ain't it? Just make you some jalapeno jelly. No, that ain't gonna work. Okay. Guess it'll have to be a stocking stuffer. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have said it now. Misty's wanting some. Goodness gracious. Love pepper jelly on cream cheese. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Kyle, y'all do that anytime, man. Feel free to drop in. Don't need an invitation. Love to have you out here. Might even have to put you on one of these videos. Now listen to that crazy thing. He done made it up on y'all got to see this silly thing. He don't want to sleep with them hens in there, I guess. I guess he heard tell about. Y'all hear him? He's kind of hoarse, ain't he? See if I can get him on this camera. What are you doing up there, you silly thing? Look at him up in that tree. He is on guard. I kind of panicked the first. Okay, all right, you got your little lick in there, buddy. I was a little worried that first night they were here. They'd stayed in the coop all day. I was hoping they knew where home was now. Of course, all them hens and food and water in there. But after I showed them on the video, I went to put them up. Couldn't find them nowhere, neither one of them. Looked all over. Jordan and I searched every tree. And I guess he was hidden up in that spot. That's where he goes every night. But I took my own advice after the story that day about not worrying and went to bed, didn't think about it. Figured if they were here the next morning, they were here. If not, nothing I could do. Right? So ain't that funny? I had to eat my own medicine right after the video. Well, it is what it is. It's a journey of mine for sure. Y'all have a good evening. That sun's already dropped and temperature has too. It's all the way down to 100 now. No, it's actually been kind of cooler today. I think our rain's gone, but if any of y'all in Louisiana want to bucket a little bit up and come this way, I'd be glad to take it. I know y'all got more than you want right now. Have a good evening. Y'all be the light, and remember, no matter what, this is good. Have a good week.